Hello, everyone. It's nice to have you here. My name is Lisa Coleman. I'm an early childhood educator operating my own family daycare, and I'm also a parent of 4 children who've been unschooling for the past 12 years. And I've been meaning to talk about something non-childcare related, but that has helped me on my path to becoming a childhood educator, becoming the parent I truly want to be, and starting my own business. So today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be sharing about how somebody very dear to me in my life has helped me get to where I am today. This person is Maya Joy. I have been receiving readings from Maya for about 4 years now, and I am very, very excited today to share how her readings have really helped me progress on my spiritual path and my career and parenting journey. I truly would not be here if it wasn't for her support and guidance. So, of course, I will add links to how you can contact Maya if you feel inspired to receive her guidance for yourself. I really wanted to share my own personal experiences with receiving a psychic reading from Maya. So Maya provides readings in many different areas. She gives psychic readings which provide messages from our spirit guides and loved ones, including those who have crossed over. And she is also a very gifted astrologer, and she also gives human design readings. So I will share about how all of these things have helped me. So I first came across Maya by listening to a podcast of her sharing about how she came to be a psychic, and her experiences just really touched me. And I reached out for the reading, not because I felt that I really needed that, but because her energy and her spirit was so beautiful. I just had to have a piece of that. And surprisingly, the first reading was exactly what I had been missing in my life. When I came across Maya, I had been a spiritual seeker for many years, and I was coming to a place in myself where no matter how much seeking I was doing, and no matter how much I was trying to feel good about myself, nothing was working. I had been doing deep inner work for a long time, including deep meditations and some trauma healing. And yet I just felt so alone, and I felt like no one could see me. I didn't really feel met as deeply as I wanted to be on my spiritual quest. So I reached out for a reading with Maya. This first reading was the most I had ever felt seen and heard and recognized in my entire life. Somebody could see my soul. The readings for me aren't enough of themselves. I did need to do a lot of the inner work, and I still do need to do the inner work. The readings, they point me towards where I might need to heal. Without the deep inner work and the emotional healing, the readings won't be enough. I also want to say that the readings aren't going to be for everybody, and not everybody is going to benefit from them. And I will include in this video a link to Maya's video called 7 Times to Get a Reading, so that if you are considering it, there are times in our life that we could really benefit from a reading. So I do know lots of people that have advanced on their spiritual path and overcome obstacles without psychic readings, who have preferred to do it alone. And I'm not one of those people. I really need a lot of support and guidance in lots of different ways to be able to progress on my journey. Doing it alone wasn't working for me. It might work for many others, but it wasn't working for me. I really needed some extra support in my life, and Maya was just what I was looking for. So when I came across Maya in my first reading, I heard something that I had really been feeling intuitively in myself, but didn't know whether to take the leap. And I was guided to let go of spiritual teachings and spiritual seeking, and to just live my life. What a relief this was for me. I had been spending all of my time trying to get somewhere, trying to become enlightened, trying to let go of the ego, and I was missing out on my family. I was spending so much time on Facebook in online groups and reading posts by spiritual teachers and trying to become like them. And to hear that my path was not in the spiritual community, I needed to leave the spiritual community for some time and focus on my human life and my human journey and my family. And this was such a weight off my shoulders. I stopped all spiritual practice and I started to embrace my humanity. In Maya's first reading, I felt like everything that had been true for me had been confirmed. I just really needed to hear it. I just really needed somebody to say, yes, this is who you are. Yes, you are right about what you feel is true for you. Yes, yes, yes. And I had so many yeses and so many confirmations of the things that felt true for me, that I had felt so recognized and validated. So I continued to get readings from Maya, and I'm going to share all of the other major challenges in my life that Maya's readings really helped me to overcome. I was also surrounded by people who were anti-vax during the COVID outbreak, and I was very confused because I was not pro nor anti-vax. I didn't actually have an opinion. I didn't actually feel called strongly to have one, and I was struggling by the time I went back to work. And people in hospitality had to either be vaccinated or lose their job. I wasn't like some people who just knew without a doubt that they were just not going to get the vaccine and they would risk losing their job. I really liked my job, and I didn't understand what my feelings were about. So I reached out to Maya, and she helped me to understand that what I wanted was the middle path. I wanted to be able to embrace the changes in my environment, that I actually did want to get the vaccine and overcome my fear of that. I had been living with anxiety all of my life, and I was very afraid to put anything into my system because of a drug overdose when I was 16. So I knew that a lot of my fear wasn't because I thought the vaccine was wrong or bad, but because I was afraid I was going to die because I'd had that experience. I never took medications. I was very skeptical about taking even natural herbs and supplements. And I needed to hear that I was going to be okay if I got the vaccine, that I was going to be fine. Some people around me weren't, because that was their path. It was their path to have a bad reaction, or some people had to get COVID and pass on because that was their path, but my path was to get the vaccine. And this felt very validating for me. I just want to say that I don't believe what people tell me just because they tell me. It needs to feel resonant. And Maya always says in her readings, if something doesn't resonate, please let it go. Everything that Maya has said to me has resonated. So I went and I got the vaccine, and I was okay. I actually got 2, and I was okay, and I was able to continue to work and earn money. And the biggest lesson for me was in overcoming my greatest fear, and to see how strong I was, to see that I could be courageous and do something that I thought I could never, ever do. And I felt her support and the support of my spirit guides all the way, and I had no adversary effects. And I actually felt better than ever after receiving my vaccine, because I felt so strong in myself and bold that I had faced a fear and lived through it. Maya also helped me to leave social media for some time. I was quite addicted to Facebook and the recognition and validation from others, and Maya helped me to see that in past lives I had struggled with receiving validation from others, and that it was a lesson of mine in this life to learn how to validate myself. And this is actually still a work in progress, so I'm not there yet. I don't think that I have fully integrated the lesson, but I have come a long way. I don't rely on Facebook anymore the way that I used to. I don't share in the same way. I don't use it in the same way. To hear, yes, leave Facebook, deactivate your account. You need to ground into your family life, and you need to have some quiet time away from Facebook and social media. So I did this for a few months, and it was so life-changing for me. I realized how much time I had been spending on Facebook and not with my children, and this had been eating away at me. So I began to spend so much time with them and not feeling like I had to document and photograph every single thing. And I really enjoyed our experiences for what they were, and not for what can I show others about this? How can this be a story to gain approval from others? And how can I prove to other people how great my life is? I no longer had that. I just enjoyed it without the need to prove it or tell anyone. I got into childcare, and this was something that I wasn't quite sure, and Maya's readings confirmed to me that yes, my path was to work with children, and she saw visions of my future that years later have actually manifested, like a little home daycare that I had not considered at the time. Now, this brings me to my excruciating 15-month journey in public childcare. I actually had Maya with me the whole time. I was receiving monthly and twice monthly readings, and if it weren't for those readings, I would have left within weeks of that job. Every time I left work crying and wanting to quit, Maya was there for me outside of these readings. She was also there with me, emailing me and telling me to keep going. You can do it. Keep going. And during one of my readings, Maya told me that I had actually quit a lot of jobs in past lives, and that one of my karmic lessons in this life was to see something through to the end, to break that karmic pattern. And she said to me that if I quit this job, that I would just have to go through it again in this life or another life, and it would be even harder. And that made sense to me, because I was able to look back on my life and all the many things that I have left and quit and been presented with again in a harder way. And so no matter how many days and weeks I wanted to quit and leave, I just kept talking to Maya, and she kept saying, keep going, you're almost there. She kept showing me my future vision of my own little daycare. She kept me going. She kept giving me insights and visions of my future, and to just stay focused on my goals, that in this life my path was to set goals and see them through. And every week she was there for me, sending me messages of love and support and guidance. And right up until my last day working there, she was with me. And I could not have made it through with my credentials and starting my own business if I hadn't had her with me the whole time. During this time, I also received guidance from Maya that my body was actually was in need of support of supplements. And this has been very life-changing for me. I have been able to start taking essential vitamins and herbal supplements to support my body and reduce stress and overwhelm. And again, this is something that also helped me get through my job in childcare, which put a lot of toll on my nervous system. And thanks to Maya, I have stayed on these supplements, and they have been so beneficial for my sleep and my diet and my health in general. I also received guidance on how to lose weight and the best approach for me. And I realized that I'm somebody that really needs some structure and some rules and boundaries when it comes to setting goals. And Maya's readings have really helped me in this area. Maya also has really helped me to become closer in my relationship. Hearing that my partner was indeed my soulmate for this life has been a life changer for me. Hearing that, I no longer question whether he's the person for me, and that was causing a lot of stress in our relationship, because coming from a trauma background in my childhood, my strategy during conflict would be to often want to leave the relationship or threaten to leave the relationship because I didn't think that it was good or right. And hearing that he was the man for me helped me to let go and helped me to see his soul for who he is, instead of being trapped in my mind and my thoughts of the past and my fears of losing him. And this has helped me to stop pushing him away during conflict and to be more open. And over the years, our relationship has blossomed and we are closer than ever. Maya has also helped me to accept my spiritual gifts. I often compared myself to other spiritual teachers and leaders and those with spiritual gifts, and I doubted myself a lot, and I questioned whether I truly was gifted. And Maya helped me to embrace my intuition and my gifts in ways that I never could myself. And this has really helped me to be more confident in giving guidance to those who ask, and to trust that when something feels right, that it is right. Maya has really helped me on my parenting journey. Receiving readings about my children's life paths has really helped me to understand them better and to support them through their own challenges. Being able to see that some of the major challenges that they've been going through is actually part of their life path, and it is destined to be, has really helped me to be able to say certain things to them, whether it's in their own relationships, to give them hope and faith and to let them know that everything's going to be okay, has really brought me much closer to my children. It's helped me to let go of a lot of my fears and worries about their life and where they're going to be. Maya helped me go into therapy. So there was a time where Maya urged me to seek help for my childhood traumas and to really heal those deep emotional wounds. And for the past 2 or more years, I have been seeing a therapist, and it has completely changed my life. I've been able to work through some very deep stuff that was putting up blocks and barriers between me and my family, or me and other people. Maya has helped me to embrace my sensitivity, hearing that I am an empath and that a lot of what I feel is from other people and not my own, has really helped me to feel less like I'm going crazy, and that I'm able to feel what other people are going through, to be able to help them better and understand them better. Maya has provided me with extensive astrology readings, including year ahead readings with numerology, and this has helped me to be more aligned with these astrological events such as eclipses and Mercury retrogrades, and to just be a little prepared for changes that are occurring, and to be more aware of what's going on around me in the sky. And this has really helped me to embrace things that I'm going through in life and to just accept and go with the flow. Maya has given me my human design reading, which has confirmed that I am a projector, and it's helped me to see how I've struggled in my life through chasing people to get people to see and recognize me. And in fact, learning that a projector's strategy is to wait for the invitation. Since receiving my human design reading, I have stopped feeling rejected because I no longer chase validation and approval. I wait for the invitation. And this has been so life-changing for me. Here are some other things that I have learned through working with Maya and receiving her guidance. For every bad day, there is a good day. It's not a bad life. I tend to think that when I'm having a bad day, it's a bad life and everything's going wrong. Maya reminds me that it's okay to have a bad day or a bad week, but it always comes back around. There's always good again. Everything is happening for a reason. Everything is meant to be. That often the difficulties and challenges in life are predestined, and they are meant to help us grow and heal and be a better person. I chose this life. I often overlook the gratitude for my life as a human. I often take things for granted and don't appreciate the small things. Maya reminds me often that being a human is a gift. It's a rare opportunity, and I chose to be here. So I need to embrace that choice and embrace who I am as a human being, rather than always trying to run away from this role. I can ask for help and it will be received. I ask the guides and the angels often to support me and help me, whether it's to help uplift me during the day, and it always helps me. All I have to do is ask, please can you help me to align with the energy of love today? Please help me be kinder to these children or this mother today. And I'm always given what I ask for. And that has been such a blessing for me. I hope you've liked this video. And Maya, if you are watching, I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of my life. I couldn't have overcome all of these challenges if it weren't for you and your readings. If anybody out there is feeling inspired to receive one of Maya's readings, I will post a link and I will leave you with some of the quotes and messages that Maya has sent me over the years that have really been close to my heart and have really given me the strength to go on. So sending love to you all. Bye.